Hey everyone, how's it going? So in this video, I want to discuss Michonne and Virgil and why I really do believe that Virgil is key to finding Rick Grimes. Because yes, we know he's still alive, but our characters don't know that right now. They still need to find out, and I think now, or soon anyways, should be the time for them to find out, because even if Rick isn't on the show, our characters can still find out that he's alive. I mean, it's pretty simple to do that, and I think there's a lot of exciting things you can do with that, with our characters just knowing that he's alive. And it's simple to do that without our characters going to go find him, right? You just write a reason why they can't go after him. And that reason, well, Michonne is already out there doing that, looking out for him. And now it's incredibly important for you to stay behind, to watch her kids, to watch over Alexandria, all the other communities, and await her return, because you have no idea where she is and what could be going on. So yeah, it's not that complicated. And I think by doing this, it would actually create a lot of excitement within the Walking Dead fan base, within the Walking Dead community. I mean, everyone right now is dying for Rick Grimes movie news right now. And I can't believe it's been over a year with barely any news. I guess we've gotten some news, but it's been the same old stuff. Like, Rick's going to explore this, he'll explore that, etc. And we also learned the movie's coming out in theaters, but that's it. You know, again, it's been over a year. I figured we'd get a lot more, but I mean, yeah, I guess not. But they're definitely building up anticipation right now. So I really want to talk about that, though, and why I think this storyline right now that we got in the mid-season finale is for sure setting up Michonne discovering that Rick is alive, and it's all because of Virgil. Virgil is literally Rick. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. He's literally Rick Grimes. You know, like, actually, before we even jump into that, I do have to warn you for spoilers for the first half of season 10. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this. Like I said, things are going to be a little quiet in terms of news over the Christmas break anyways, over the new year, but the next 2 weeks something could come out, and also in late January, there's going to be some news surrounding, I don't know about Rick Grimes news, but for sure season 10. I would actually be surprised if they announced anything in regards to Rick Grimes in the next like month or month and a half or something like that, just because if they didn't do it all year during certain moments where they really could have, I don't see it happening around Christmas or the new year. But we'll talk about that in a separate video, because I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about with Rick Grimes, because, or at least that movie anyways. I shouldn't say there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but there's some things that I do want to talk about, because I mean, yeah, where the hell has, or why haven't we gotten any information like all year? Anyways, the character of Virgil, he's an interesting character. He's someone that I originally thought was connected to the Whisperers, really stupidly though. I mean, I would have had theories on this guy months ago already if I would have just read up on who he was properly, you know, because he's a man searching for his family, and he was not connected to any other character. He was like this random person that just joined The Walking Dead, and it didn't seem like he wasn't in the trailer, he wasn't featured really anywhere. It kind of made sense that he could be connected to Michonne's exit. I hate myself for not thinking of this earlier, for not doing my research on this earlier, but he is a man searching for his family, which sounds a lot like someone else we know. And I think that's actually our biggest clue in all of this. I think Michonne's exit was hinted at with Virgil's story, and I think it has to do with everything we saw in the mid-season finale. Because for one, Virgil, like I said, is searching for his family. This was Rick's main goal and drive throughout the series, was finding his family and then obviously trying to keep them safe. At the very end of his run, season 9 episode 5's What Comes After, Rick was searching for his family, and that's all he was trying to live for in that episode. He had hallucinations about it all, and just, you know, all of that stuff. Virgil is kind of doing the exact same thing right now, which I think is a little Easter egg at what to expect for Michonne's final episode. Because yes, any character can look for their family, blah, blah, blah. It's not just like specific for Rick that Rick's the only person that is allowed to look for his family or have that storyline on the show. But because it's Michonne's final episode, because this is her final story right now, it makes a lot of sense. I think Michonne decided to help Virgil because she respects what he's trying to do. Yes, he was acting stupid and doing like dumb things and trying to steal that boat and all of that, but I think Michonne, she sees that. Like, she sees a man really desperate to find his family, and you know, he'll do anything for that. At least a good man would. And like I said, Michonne sees that. I think she sees a little of Rick in him, and that's why she decided to help him in the mid-season finale. Honestly, I think Michonne's going to get triggered a lot in her final episode because, well, actually, we already know what's going to happen based off of the season 9 or season 10B trailer that they released after the episode aired. We saw Michonne in a flashback to her season 2 finale / season 3 self, wearing that hood and holding those chains like she's walking with those 2 walkers behind her. This obviously isn't going to be something new. She's not going to decide to wear this hood now and do that. Like, she's grown so much from that moment. So something is obviously triggering these reactions, all these hallucinations and stuff like that. Something happens when she goes to that naval base that triggers a reaction from Michonne that is causing all of this. There are other shots in the trailer too of her much just more angry and killing walkers. She's like in this wooded area, which I think is telling me that she's not going to stay at that naval base for that long. If she only has one more episode left, like it's rumored to be right now, they can't have her at that naval base for that long, maybe for like half the episode, because her goodbye needs to make sense for our other characters, right? Because here's the thing. Yes, if she finds out that Rick's alive, I'm going to be super, super happy, but I don't want her finding out and then leaving without telling everyone else, because if they do that, they're also going to think she's dead too, which I think is it's such an irresponsible thing for Michonne to do, to not let her kids at least know about what's going on, right? Maybe that's why she's back in this wooded area. Maybe this is her after she comes back from the naval base. She said her goodbyes to Virgil and all that and is now trying to help her family out. And again, yeah, I really think Virgil is going to trigger all of this stuff for Michonne. Not only that, we got a direct hint that Virgil is going to be doing this, because in the mid-season finale, Virgil reminded Michonne of what Carl and Rick used to say. I guess more so Carl, but Rick did say it a lot, which was, "My mercy prevails over my wrath." Like, that was a direct Easter egg or reference to Carl and Rick. So I really believe that we'll get a lot more of that in Michonne's final episode. She'll get triggered like this by certain things that Virgil's gonna do or say. And it may even go as far as like her literally finding out that Rick has survived because Virgil knows Rick or something like that, right? Because that's kind of what we also have to focus on, is Michonne's reaction to finding all this out. Because that's going to play an important part into the episode runtime, and if they can do that right, because it's going to be very, very insane for her to find that out, right? Like, what's her reaction going to be? This is a character that is, for the last 6 years, has raised 2 kids alone, has brought Alexandria super far, has done it all without, or I guess with the belief that she was all alone, that her husband or boyfriend wasn't there for her because he was dead. To find out that Rick has been alive this entire time, like the Rick Grimes is alive. I mean, no wonder she starts hallucinating. I don't even know how you can capture a moment like that on camera. I mean, how could someone act a scene like that out? It's way too powerful. I'm sure Denai Guerra could do it. I'm hoping that she has already done that and that scene does exist, but man, that's just a lot. Then she has to tell everyone else, because in order for me to be 100% satisfied with Michonne's exit, she needs to discover that Rick's alive, and then on top of that, tell everyone about it. Because to see Daryl's reaction, I mean, he's going to be so happy about it, because I think it's going to check a lot of boxes, because remember, he searched for Rick so much last season. There was no body anywhere, nothing hinted at his death besides what he saw, like that explosion. He was just, or I guess he maybe still is, under the belief that something is just very, very off there. Yes, Rick is gone because, I mean, he knows Rick. If he was still alive, he would find a way to come back, but something is still off with it. And I think Daryl would tell people that too afterwards. After he finds out that Rick's alive, he'd be like, yeah, I always knew it. I didn't find a body. Something felt very off. I always knew he was out there, even though I knew it was impossible. And man, could you just imagine Daryl and Rick's first scene together? I know we're not getting that in season 10 at all, but that could be a thing, and maybe in future movies or in future seasons of The Walking Dead. But getting that first scene of them together, or with them together, I think that has to be how The Walking Dead ends for sure. It's just Rick coming home to see his family, to see Daryl, Carol, Negan, Judith, and RJ. I know I added Negan in there, but I just want to see that reunion. I really do. I want to see him be like, holy, like, you're one tough son of a bitch, because yeah, seriously, nothing kills Rick Grimes. So overall, do I think Virgil is key to Rick Grimes' survival being revealed to Michonne and our characters? Yes, I do. And I think I'm just going into this season believing that's going to happen, or really, really at least hoping that it's going to happen. Because I don't think Michonne could leave The Walking Dead without that moment happening. You know what I mean? Because that's a big slap in the face, I think, to a lot of Walking Dead fans. Well, I guess Michonne fans specifically. Because Rick is such an important part to that character, or that character's motivation. Michonne is all about her family. Her exit, I think, needs to be surrounding that. She can't leave for selfish reasons and leave her family behind. That just makes no sense. It needs to be, I guess, going to find Rick is kind of selfish because it's for her, but it's more for everyone else too. No one will really see that as being selfish, but, you know, so she can't leave just for she wants to discover something about herself or whatever, but she also can't die because that's just, again, she needs to find out about Rick. And I think it's pretty simple. I really do, because Virgil is being introduced just so randomly in an episode that literally took her away to a naval base. And we all know that the CRM they're highly technologically advanced. I think they're literally spelling it out for us. Like, I think after all this Michonne stuff is over, after her final episode has aired, it's all going to make sense. We're all going to look back and be like, yep, like we had it right all along. Because we always said that about Rick too, if you remember. We always went back to what Andrew Lincoln said at Comic-Con of, I think it was in 2018. He said, or I guess I'm paraphrasing, I'm not done with the character of Rick Grimes or something like that. So what did that mean? Like, we speculated on so many theories for months, and in the end, it ended up being just, yeah, it was as simple as that. He's not done with that character because he's going to go and do movies. It was that simple. So I think at the end of the day, it's going to be this simple. I think we're going to look back and be like, yeah, obviously Michonne was going to find out that Rick was alive because of stuff that Gimple said, stuff that was reported of her being in the movies, and that they're not done with that character yet. So yeah, I'll leave it here anyways. Let me know what you guys think about Virgil, his introduction. Do you think he's going to trigger flashbacks for Michonne? Do you think he'll have some valuable information on Rick? Post your theories down below. Make sure to be a subscriber for more Walking Dead content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.